let's get right into this review for Joker, Folie, Deux. Alright, so Joker, Folie, Deux is the official sequel to Todd Phillips' Joker and stars Joaquin Phoenix again, and this is officially the first time we see Harley Quinn played by Lady Gaga. And I honestly thought they both did a great job playing their roles in this narrative that was created here. Now, were these characters accurate to the source material? Definitely not. There's some elements with these characters and Joker's and Harley's relationship that they do get right, but there are also distinctive elements that only work to serve the narrative here rather than the source material of these characters. So bottom line, the casting wasn't a huge problem for me, and I thought they did an excellent job with these unique portrayals for this particular narrative. Now to get straight to it, is this sequel better than the first Joker film? I don't think so. I think the first movie gets many more elements right to Joker and his narrative rather than what we're given here in this second film. But did I think this film was straight garbage? Definitely not. So let's talk about why this film was just okay. Starting off with the positives, the acting and cinematography here were awesome. I really loved many sequences here because of the way scenes were shot. I can tell there was a lot of heart and soul poured into the behind the scenes effort and visual aspects of making their version of Gotham City and Arkham Asylum come to life, so thumbs up to that. And again, the acting here was well-rounded enough, and I thought it served to bolster the specific narrative that we're given here. Now as for the negatives, starting off, I'll be honest, I wasn't the biggest fan of the main musical elements. Sure, it worked for a bit, and I thought some of them were seamlessly woven into the story, but many other times it just felt jarring as to why we even needed them in the first place, and left me feeling frustrated with the pacing at times because the story could have continued perfectly fine without it. Another major element to the story that I know people will dislike is how the story concludes. It's a massive spoiler that I won't get into, but it's really just so out of the blue, and trust me when I say, no one will see it coming. And I think this is going to be a huge negative to general fans of this iteration of Joker rather than a positive. As for me, I was kind of neutral with this conclusion. I mean, it sort of makes sense when you look at the bigger picture of how these characters and the story plays out in this narrative, but I don't think this is the route they should have gone with for the sequel. And ultimately, this route that they did go with ends up being my final negative. This is really one of those times where I truly believe it would have been better off not creating a sequel. And honestly, even after everyone watches the sequel, I can still see people considering the first film to be the official conclusion rather than what we're given here. All in all, my final score for Joker, Folie, Deux is 6.5 out of 10. Again, I still found it to be an enjoyable, one-time watch, cinematic experience. I do think it strays a solid distance away from the source material that I know will piss off many fans, but what they did here, having decided to stray away, wasn't all too bad. There are some pertinent themes that started in the first film that do continue on here, which I do think still remains effective. But yeah, the musical definitely isn't going to help win over viewers already skeptical with this element. And the conclusion to this story is going to be a mixed experience that I believe will lean more towards the negative side. And undoubtedly, people will agree that the first film was better and it should have been left at that. Anyways, that's it for this review. A lot more reviews on the way soon, so stay tuned, and I appreciate the recent support that I've been seeing on this channel. It's a great motivator to keep me going, not that I was going to stop anyways. So let me know what y'all thought about the Joker 2 in the comment section below, and I shall see you again in the next review. Until then, peace.